Welcome to another episode of the Blacspiration Gaming Podcast, the podcast that is inspiring Black gamers one episode at a time. I am your host, or one of your hosts, actually, the infamous hood rat with the heart of gold himself, Cortez Washington. And as always, I am joined by a special guest. You can catch this man on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube. He is a variety gamer, variety streamer. And he is a kid just loves games. Please show some love for Jordan Williams Gaming.
Man, thank you so much for having me. What is going on, man? So it's a pleasure to be here for sure.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming, man. How you doing today?
Man, it's a funny explanation. Whenever somebody asks me that, this is something my community loves when I say it, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty delicious today. Can't even lie to you.
I love that. I love that, man.
Oh,
I
yes,
need
sir.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. So, before we kick things off with some of the heavy hitting questions, I got one question for you, man. What is because I know you say like you've been gaming since you was 5, so I want to know what's that first gaming memory you got, man? What's that first thing that you experienced that really got you like, oh yeah, I'm doing this,
dude. So okay, bam. I would say okay, it's a 3-parter, but they'll be quick. Number one, I remember 2001. My brother, I was 5 years old, and my brother and I used to play the Nintendo NES all the time together.
Okay.
So I just remember that console that looks like a spaceship, and I was like, man, what is this? Secondly, we used to play the Nintendo 64, N64. And that was when like Mortal Kombat and stuff was like almost like still at prime, like it was everything. I mean, racing games were fun. And then I want to say about 6 or 7 years old when my uncle bought my first PlayStation 2 Christmas of 2002 or 3. And then that's when I like fell in love with gaming. Like I remember like staying up long nights just playing, and like my cousin used to bring his and we used to like game all night. I mean, that was like, yeah. Video gaming is my fun.
Yeah. And it's cool to hear the whole family was involved too. Like it wasn't just like a solo thing or like you felt like you were alone. It was really like you and the fam like really getting together and really having a good time and having that bonding experience. I can definitely resonate with that. Me and the cousins just, anytime anybody over, we playing the game, we huddle in front of the TV, and then we'll go outside and get all musty. And then
oh man, dude, like I remember when GTA San Andreas first dropped. I remember me and my cousin sat in the house like all weekend. Well, we went outside some, but we sit in the house all weekend trying to complete the missions. And then like me and my brother, like I remember when he used to come home from college, we used to play this game called X-Men Legends. I don't know if you're familiar with that. But he used to come up like it would be crazy hours, like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I'll be asleep, but I'll wake up and hear him playing it, and then I'll hop on the sticks too, because I'm like, you're not about to go alone. I'm about to get in this action too. I'm about to see you, and then I'm gonna know what I want to do. So yeah, like man, video gaming has just been a culture like within just my homies, my friends, my brother, my cousins. It's a way like of life.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one thing that is another way of connecting with the community and connecting with the family. So yeah, I feel you on that one. Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. So just really, man, I know you're a variety streamer. You're getting into that. You're on that pathway doing these things. But I really want to know, like, what is your origin story? Like, how did you get to the point you are now to where you're really like doing the content creation as the pathway that you're on?
So, man, that's crazy. So just a little bit of a backstory. I started content creating back in 2009.
Okay.
I used to actually upload when the whole jerk movement was a thing. I used to upload like a lot of videos, like almost like every day.
Okay.
And basically getting into the groove of that, like just basically spending one summer just grinding out content, making just whatever and just posting it, right? It created a love like just for the internet, because I was starting to see how like social media was starting to make people's lives go in a different direction. So I was like, well, shoot, like if it's doing that for them, let me try it, right? And so then a little bit of fast forwarding a little bit later, around 2015, where I kind of completely stopped between 2010, 11 to 2014, 15. I just felt like this tug, man. I call it like my call of God, basically. Like I felt like, man, I just can't shake me wanting to do stuff like this because I know I can. And so I started off RP, the late app Vine, because that's when I was starting to do the 6-second content, like trying to understand and even like developing through like from 15 to 2017, and just sort of like being with different creators and developing the content path, while also watching gaming content, and was like, man, I do want to get into that, but I'm gonna stick to this right now because I like doing this. I like making people laugh or whatever. And then fast forward, I mean, I've had some great successes. I mean, even like with TikTok, when it first came on the scene, it was just a great thing, like for me to like be able to expand my creativity, and just to sort of see what I can do, especially when everybody was locked down in the house. And then I want to say, I told my wife on 2021, like around or January 2022, and I was started to really pay attention to the live streaming space to see like this content, this side of content creation. And then I want to say, people say this is my twin, aka T-Pain. They say I look like him for some reason, which I don't feel like I do, but I feel like we could be cousins. You know what I'm saying? We could be cousins. But then I started to really see the different things he was doing on live streams. And then, the whole expansion with Casanat starting to do, but like really, I would say T-Pain's live stream was like gaming while making music and doing all that. I was like, man, I said, wait a minute, this is something I want to try this. Yeah. And I've always been a person, like, if I want to try it, I'm going to try it. Even if I don't do it right the first few times, I'm still going to keep going. All right. Hence is why we are here, I guess, now. So, but then I remember January 25th, 2022. That's when I started my first live stream. I remember I had my freaking MacBook, my M1 MacBook, my little TV screen, my Xbox HDMI in the MacBook, with the webcam from the camera, awful. And then bam, like we just started. We started on Facebook. And I mean, we just took off from there. And then I met some amazing people. And those amazing people, really took me in and really started giving me free game. Like, it really, even as a small, like, I've always been somebody who's interested. Like, if you have something to offer and it's of value, I'm going to take a listen. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to grow too. And not only that, if you already know and it's something I can avoid, I want to know. Which I think that's just wisdom, and it's just in purest form. Like, if you really want to know about something, ask somebody who's already doing it and doing it well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then basically from 2022 to now, like we've been grinding, and it's been a fun journey. It's been an amazing journey. Met some amazing people. So yeah, man, like, you know what I'm saying? It's been great. It's been great.
Yeah, that's amazing to hear, man. And it's good that you like that pathway, like you wanted to. It was something that you already had started early on, and like I don't even know if like some of the folks watching this, I don't even know if they know what Vine is, to be honest, because like it was such a small window on our timeline of what it was, that like, but it just took up so much of our energy and our time with it, how big it was. But like just the like honestly, like that paved the way for short form content actually to really blow up the way it did, which is pretty dope.
Absolutely.
And you get that first taste of that, and then just seeing people like T-Pain, and like T-Pain, honestly, like I gotta say, like T-Pain always has been like a staple, or had like this certain point in his career. But I feel like him doing his own thing and the Twitch streaming really like revitalized it in a way that gave it like a second win to a certain extent.
Absolutely. I feel like he really got refamous. Like he was already famous, but it's like, even not just that, even not just him, it's like many people's, like they are like Soulja Boy, right?
Yeah.
like just really seeing the expansion of content creation through gaming in businesses, like it's revitalizing a whole market. And not only that, it's like a market that I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon, because it's like, man, content creation is a thing, and it's to be respected because it's an actual business, you know? Yeah, for sure. Like, you know, it's amazing to see the different opportunities we get now from like Vine. So Vine ran so that TikTok could fly.
Yes.
Let that sink
Absolutely.
in for those who know. If you know, you know. Like, it just is what it is, you know?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And it's good to hear like your influences and like you meeting people through like Facebook gaming and stuff like that. Who are some other people, like who are some big influences that like far as like Black creators that really like help with like molding or kind of like giving
Man.
you the vision?
Oh, absolutely. I want to give a big shout out to Mrs. Pinky 313. She really sought me out and really took me in, and she like really helped me to form and like get an idea of the different opportunities. And not only that, like really looked out for me, and like just took the time to just respond in chat, and then outside of chat checking in on me and stuff like that. So I really give her a big shout out. My brother Finesse, the producer, he is a me and him been friends since college, and like it was crazy because me and him, like he was more of a producer first, and then we had a discussion. I was like, bro, I think you would thrive on live streaming. And then, you know, just seeing him like take it and then take it seriously, that influenced me a lot to be better. Even though it's crazy because I began before him, but he's like blowing up, and which is okay. Like, I don't ever hate anybody that does that, because matter of fact, you know, I saw that as a window of opportunity for him to take, so he can propel to where he needs to. You know, if he wins, I win. Like, you know, like I am just proud, and I'm influenced. Like, he helps me and like reminds me, like, you know, we can do this together. So that's a big influence. I want to say my little homie Homa Duck, YT. He's like a 16-year-old gamer. But he is a fantastic personality, and not only that, like he's like a brother, you know, like a little brother that I can look after and look up to at the same time, because he's like, at his age, he's already there. It's just a development. It's just time now at this point. And then I want to say another, oh man, the list is long because I appreciate everybody. I know DDS 618, shout out to him. Ziggy the Beast, shout out to him. KR Bridge, she is one of my friends. She really helped me put my PC gaming together. Like, she really influenced me to like really go into this space even more and go tough and like really test the limits of like what I can do. So yeah, just to name a few. Sorry for those I didn't name, but just know, everybody who's helped me, you know, you are like, you really helped me. Oh, I am Chef AD. That's another one. He helps me to understand the culture of streaming, and like helps me to like really know boundaries, like, you know, like stream courtesy. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big thing. He really helps me as a creator, and just even as a father and husband. Like, and I'm a husband and father, so I'm trying to like create while running a family. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big influence for me, for sure.
Yeah, man. I like that. I like how you said streaming courtesy and like the culture of streaming. Can you
Yeah.
elaborate a little bit more for those who aren't too familiar with like how they should navigate this space and what they should, like what are some like some quick do's
Absolutely.
and don'ts if you got
Okay.
a few.
Number one, follow for follow. Stop it. You will never gain follows that way. People enjoy genuine courtesy. They enjoy genuine people. Another one, going on somebody's stream, telling them when you're going live. Don't do that. Unless if the streamer is saying, hey, like, when the next time you're going live, then that's the plug way. Understanding social cues, respecting moderators, the culture. If there's a certain rule set, do not push the boundary. I know there's some daredevils. I know y'all just be like, man, I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do. That is fine and dandy. But when you're banned on the other side of the fence, think about that. you're gonna be like, man, what we learn. So yeah, like streaming courtesy, understanding like time, people's time, different people who have opportunities that really can propel you, understanding them and their culture. Like, man, that's just like, it's a whole, if we ever get another time to talk, I would love to expand deeper into this. But yeah, that's just a few tidbits and nuggets.
All right. Thank you for that. Yeah. For y'all
Absolutely.
watching, man, and y'all listening, trust and believe. It ain't just, you can't just hop in and think you're gonna be successful and gonna be able to build this community. You gotta do it the right way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the bit. Listen, my uncle always has, he said something this past I think Christmas or something like that, but he said a statement. He said, never cheat the process, because if you cheat the process, you're only cheating yourself out of a honest development and honest reward that you can have if you just do it the right way. And we were talking about cooking, but I applied that to everything. Never cheat the process. In this gaming space, listen, bro, name dropping is cool and all, but no, like, actually just be you. Like, you ain't you because you attached to somebody. Like, I'm Jordan Williams gaming because I am Jordan Williams first. And I just so happen to game, which again, all in this beautiful thing. It's just like, that's why I just say anybody that's going through the process of development, growing pains suck. However, in the end though, you're gonna be like, man, I'm so glad I went through that. Yeah. Like, how many times, like, I've been shut down on content, and not even just gaming, because the times I was shut down on the content creation beforehand, like, and understanding like what works, what doesn't work. Like me and be like, man, I'm frustrated. I don't know what the freak to do. I don't know. But that process actually helps me. It helps me now. I look back on it and I'm like, dang, like, I appreciate that, because now it not only created a foundation, it helps me to put in like notes that I can keep forever, and it helps me only get better. So yeah, for sure.
Yes. Dropping them gems. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. So with you, so like when people tune into your stream,
Right.
what are some things they expect far as like the community that you curated, and then also like what your community has like established themselves too? Like, what are some of the things they can expect when they hop into a stream?
Man, off the rip, a party.
Okay.
A party, right? Because I have this thing. It really just started this year, to where, like, over the holidays breaks, I just sort of was like, man, you know, we did a 12-hour subathon during Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And it was basically like a time where we like vibed out to music and really like honed in on having a fun time. So the one thing they can always expect is a good time. And I always have the saying, welcome to Triveville, where the party don't stop, but the party always, and I have an effect, and I'll say rock, right? Because at the end of the day, regardless of what anybody has going on that day, they're going to expect a good time. Another thing, a culture of encouragement, safety, and feeling like they can be themselves, right? And one thing, my culture, my community, shout out to the JWG tribe, man. If y'all, whenever y'all watch this, man, I love y'all boys so much, because they've created a culture of like, man, like, we're welcoming everybody. We're being not only attentive but considerate whenever somebody has an issue. You know, I told them I want to create a culture. If I'm not doing it first, then this ain't the culture. But if I'm doing it first, where I'm tending to you, like, I can't tend to everything, but like, if somebody has a problem or a tech problem, or just wants to come and talk, like, that's what my community has created for themselves. They like picked it up, and like, shout out to my moderators, because they are the ones that push the envelope and really help me to be on it, like, and helps me to, you know, to fulfill. Like, I can't do it without them, and I can't even say like I did this all on my own. No, like, shout out to all my moms, Dr. Reed, Queen D, shout out to Tasha, shout out to Jagway, like, all my moms. If you know, you know. Finesse, Home Adult, like, they are like they my back. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my wife too, because my wife is a really big help in our community as well. But yeah, man. yeah, like just my community just really took ownership of just creating an environment where everybody can enjoy. And that's just one thing. And another thing they can expect is like, spiritual guidance. Like, we start every stream off with prayer. And we sort of just have a day where we just like, hey, like, let's just channel out of the day and let's just give it to God, because at the end of the day, we all go through stuff. We all have things, that can bother us. We all have things that overwhelm us. So let's just take this time to really hone in and just like take all the cares of the world, put it at the feet of God, and just have a good time and stream. You know what I'm saying? While playing games. So yeah, that's what we can expect.
Man, I love to hear that. I love to hear that you intentionally crafted out a place of safety and joy and like just honestly like kind of disconnected from like the stressors. Like, yes, you are addressing the stressors of life, but it's more along the lines of this place is a safe space for you to just chill out. You ain't gotta you
Absolutely.
ain't gotta think about all that right now, and really just focusing in on like just being your best self and having the best time. Which is
Absolutely.
pretty
It's
dope.
like I say, like I think of this as almost like a ministry in a way. So it's almost like, my main question is how can I bring value to people's lives? Well, what is valuable to me? Let me share what's valuable to me. And not only that, let's create a space where that value can be on display, and then we all can share the common, like, this is what we value. The whole saying protect our peace sort of a thing, but it's more of like just really because it's just life is life. So,
Yes, it is.
I'm not trying to watch a live stream and be reminded, man, I got like 40 bills due. No, I'm trying to watch a
Yeah.
stream and enjoy my favorite personality. And I want to be that. And I want to be just a big brother, friend, uncle. I don't care. I don't know. Just want to be available,
Man, that's beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So, I know that you are a variety streamer and you do play a wide variety of things, but like what's some things that you've been playing on stream, but also off stream too, man. We want to hear what you got going on, what's in the rotation right now.
So right now, we were heavily faced on Fortnite for a little bit, but
Okay.
now we've zoned into Fall Guys. Fall
Okay.
Guys is like one of our main drivers right now.
Mhm.
Not only that, because the community is just great. Like my friend Finesse, the producer, which I've mentioned before. He plays Fall Guys a lot, and I've just sort of just watched the community and how they like really treat each other and really love on each other. Like that is a big thing. I'm sorry, my arm. But that is a big thing that I was like, man. And if I'm talking about playing community games, having a party and all that, what is a better game? Fall Guys is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been really honed in on Fall Guys, Fortnite, and we will play like Lethal Company,
Okay.
Farlight 84, and that's only like like Friday fun varieties, and I used to play Knockout City. RIP Knockout City.
RIP.
But I know, okay, so you know
I've nenever played it, but I watched people play it, and I was like, I'm gonna get into it one day. And then it was like, hey, thanks so much, y'all. But hey, we out of here. I'll see y'all later.
I know. Fade to the back, no
Yeah.
joke. But yeah, but offline and so I recently got the Game Pass, so I've been like really going through. But I used to play a lot of MLB The Show. So I've been sort of getting back into that. I would play boxing, a Fight Night Champion. That's just for fun if I want to knock people out. UFC, and just like offline and like my regular games that I would play. But yeah, like basically any and everything that I find fun. Like it's a wide, like when I say a wide variety, it's like whatever I'm feeling at the moment. But yeah, those are a few to mention.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I know
Yeah.
that you also have mentioned to me what about this party animals. Like you got the party animals
Oh,
going too. Yeah.
yeah. Party animals. How did I forget that? Yes. Yeah. So party animals. That's another man. That's a big. Oh man, that game is so fun. Like that is one where we can get all the homies and just go ballistics. Like we could go crazy and have a good time. Like I know right now I'm in the works of making an event as well for party animals called Party Animania, which is basically party animals mixed with WrestleMania. So whenever I have the dates, I will make sure to really, like, we're trying to hone in on those dates because just things have been busy and I want to make sure I do it the right way and you know and have a good time. But yeah, so yeah, Party Animals is a fun game. If I don't know, have you played it?
No, but I've seen a lot of it and it looks like it's fun. I just don't. The thing for me is now that I'm older, it's hard to get the homies together to play the game. They just don't. They just all
Oh
busy.
man, oh I believe it. I believe it. And most of them have families and stuff, right?
Yeah, man. So
Oh,
many
dude,
obligations. Yeah.
dude, dude. I tell everybody that I play. I'm like, y'all listen. Y'all young, enjoy all this time now. Because when it really counts, like especially if you got obligations, bro, the game, like you got to be intentional. Like if you gonna play that game, you got to
Yes.
play it with intention and have an actual time frame. So you know what I'm saying. But yeah, like it's just like games like those, like Party
Hmm.
Animals, Fall Guys, is like that's just fun. You know, it reminds me of the time when we were young. You know,
Yeah.
just getting people together and playing and just mindlessly having just like spending 2 hours or 3 hours, and then you like, oh man, it's like 9 o'clock already. It was just 5. You know, like those type things. That's just what I love like about those games for sure.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's dope. Um, is there anything you're looking forward to that's coming out soon, or anything that's on your radar right now?
Um, Man, yes and no. I know late last year at the Game Awards, they were talking about Bethesda releasing Blade. That is something
Yeah.
that interested me, and I was like, "Oh, so what
Yeah.
is Blade going to bring to the table?" And even though I don't really do story based on stream,
Uh huh.
um, but however, it's like, man, I'm not gonna lie, like offline, and that may be a thing. It just depends on what console they want to drop, or if it's like across the board, then I'm like, I'm gonna check that out. But I
Yeah.
mean, other than that, I mean, nothing really. You know, just enjoying the games I play for right now.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah. So anything you got on the horizon coming up soon? Any big events, anything going on that you got and I know you say you got the Animania,
Yeah.
which I
Oh.
do love because that's like a good like, and speaking of that too, like are you gonna be doing like commentating, like all that? Like you gonna
Oh.
have like the table, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have like JR and the King, Jerry
Oh,
King?
that is great. Oh man, you know what? Me and this other person, we're going to shout out to Kitty Girl. We're going to basically, I would love for it to be some sort of like an actual like event where you have 1v1s, 2v2s, you know, a big group event, you know, a party animal royale or whatever you want to call it. And basically, like I would love to commentate, do a bit of both. Like I want to get into action, I want to talk about it, like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? I think I just want to make it an all-around event. So that's why whenever I'm going to any event like that, you know, I sort of try to look at it and be like, what can I do? Or what is something I can get by doing? And then until we make it better and see how it goes first, then we make it like that. And then I think it's some more things like I got a Discord party that's coming up, and I'm about to drop the date on that, where it's going to be a block party where I'm just going to basically get everybody in Discord, and you're more than welcome to join. I would love to have
Okay.
you, where we get to just vibe out to music and just really enjoy the vibe of everybody. And then there is another Among Us event. If you don't know, I throw one of the dopest Among Us events. Like I when I tell you the Among Us events are just endless fun. They are
Mhm.
hilarious. So that'll be coming soon. But yeah, I mean that's what we in the works with stuff right now. So, you know,
Mhm.
in due season.
Well,
Yes, sir.
man, we getting close to the end of the episode, but I would love for you to leave us off with some words of wisdom that you live by, or like something positive that you
Yeah.
like try to keep in the back of your head that keeps you going, you know, just to inspire some of the people that's listening to this episode or watching this episode.
Oh, for sure. So I would love to say dreams do exist. Like the number one driving forcer for me on why I continuously to do what I love to do is because, one, it's the driving force of what I'm doing may not make sense, but it's going to help people. And it's actually going to bring people value, and it's going to expand bigger than me. So if I were to not be here anymore, God forbid anytime soon, this will be bigger than me. You know, and the legacy of what we establish now is going to just go beyond. So find out what you love to do. And I know we hear the cliches like, do what your heart and your passions. No, like, think about it. Like, if you want to do it, study it, research, understand what is it about it that drives your attention, you know, besides the money, fame, like what is it alone? Because, you know, you have to do it without the money and fame for a while. And so just, if you're going to do it, don't half step, never cheat the process. Do it with God, because God can lead you in different ways. Again, I know people have different beliefs than I do, and I respect that. But for those that are listening that want to receive that, if you're doing it with God, man, I promise you can't fail. Incorporate your friends, you know, especially if the ones who really believe, because you can't do it alone. And when you do it with them, it's going to be so much better. But yeah, like, just be yourself. No follow for follows. You know, no follow for follows. Be honest. Make the best content for you. What makes sense to you? Not Casanat or AMP or whoever the freak y'all listen to or watch. Make the best content for you and do it well. And I mean, and that's just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line. But yeah, that's all I have, man. I really appreciate the opportunity, sincerely.
Yeah, man, of course. And thank you for those wonderful words. And I appreciate you being on here too, man. And where can the people find you on the socials? And when can they regularly check in with you on the streaming tip?
Absolutely. So I am everywhere on Facebook, but I don't use Facebook like that. So really Twitter at Jordan W Gaming, from TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, anywhere, but I stream mostly on Twitch. Just want to make that clear. Jordan Williams Gaming on all platforms. You can just search that in the search bar. You'll definitely see me. I stream regularly. I just made a new schedule, so I'll be on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Where Monday through Thursday I will be streaming Fall Guys, and Friday I'll do a little Fall Guys, but more variety. So yes, sir. And if any special events, it'll be on the weekend, and that will be on a need to know basis for sure.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And
Yes, sir.
anybody listening, if you want to check in with the Blacspiration podcast, we are on YouTube. You can listen to the podcast on all podcasting platforms. So, you know, Spotify, Amazon, Google, Audible, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, whatever you get your podcast, you know. You can follow us on social media at Blacspiration on Twitter, and then Blacspiration Pod on Instagram. And be sure to tune in, because we're going to start doing some live streams too. And we got some gaming reviews coming up too, baby. So be looking out for those. And once again, thank y'all so much for listening to this episode or watching this episode too. Always remember, be happy, drink some water, keep gaming, and always be inspired.
Yes, sir. I love that.